Hey crafty friends, this is Mai here. Today we are going to be assembling our layered Thanksgiving girl gnome. As you can see, I have all of my pieces. They are cut out and they are lined up in the order for gluing. I'm going to be using my art glitter glue here for all of my gluing. I also have some tweezers that I'm going to use. I have this new pair that I just got, so I'm going to try them out. I'm still getting used to them. And then I have my original pair here, and then I also have a push pin. You're going to definitely want a push pin for some of the smaller pieces here because like her mouth, it's very tiny. Okay, so let's get started with our gluing. So like I said, I've got all of my pieces lined up in the order for gluing. I am going to start with the mouth right away. And the reason why I'm going to start with the mouth is because it's already so tiny that I just, I don't want to lose it there on my table. So you can already see it fell off. All I'm going to do is I'm just going to draw just a little tiny line with my glue here. I'm not going to go crazy with using a lot. And this one, I'm using my push pin here. And all I'm going to do is just kind of place it down right in the spot where I kind of want her mouth to be. And so you can see I've got some excess glue. And I started the video and I didn't get my paper towel here. So I'm just kind of wiping it away, what's seeping through. But you don't really have anything to worry about because if you're using the art glitter glue like I am, it's going to dry clear and it's not going to be a big deal. Okay, so I'm going to work on the eyes next. And again, this is just going to be a little bit of a hard piece here. Actually, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold this one here. I'm going to go with two tweezers at the same time. And I'm going to add a little bit of glue right here to the back. And so for this one with the eyes, as you can see, I've got the nose right on top too. All I'm going to do is just, I'm going to hold it with this one. All I'm going to do is hold it here and then just kind of place it down. And it's almost like we're dissecting something. It reminds me from science class when I was in high school. Okay, and so we've got that piece down. I'm going to do the same thing here with the back now of the nose. And once we get these pieces done with the face here, this is the hardest part. Once we get this part done, everything else will just be a little bit easier here. And sticking to my tweezers. So let me grab this. And then before the glue really dries, which it's really going to go, I'm pushing it now. Oh, is it going to end up getting stuck? Oh, there we go. Okay. Whew. That was close. I was way past the 5 seconds when you're gluing. Okay. And then I'm going to add the glue now to the back here. So this, like I said, this is the hardest part. Once you get this part done, everything else will be smooth sailing from here. So I made mine, my design, I cut it here, the size of the file. I think it's about maybe 2 inches in width here, 2.9 inches in width, and then about maybe 4.6 or almost 5 inches in height. If you decided to make yours a little bit smaller, these face pieces, you're going to run into some difficulty cutting them out, only because they're already so tiny. The details of her face, they're already so tiny, and so it'll be difficult. If you decided, though, to make yours a little bit smaller, what you could do is just kind of go ahead and I'm going to flip this one over. You could just go ahead and, sorry, I got all distracted there trying to flip it over. Okay, so if you made the her smaller, you could just go ahead and draw her face features on with like a marker or a pen. So I'm going to lift this one up here and add a little bit of glue right there again. And let me make sure I've got my orientation here with this one. So again, that's the right way. I'm trying to get the pinprick right in the same spot. It's not working. So that way it lines right up. And then all we're going to do now is just go ahead and add the glue to the back. And once you get to the bigger pieces, it'll become a lot easier to work with. As you can see, it's easier to handle with your fingers. It's easier to place them between your fingers and use your fingers as the guide to help you to get everything lined up here. So I can do this now with her shoes. And so again, I could just put this down. I just thought this would be a cute one for us for the holiday. It's easy to cut. It's easy to assemble. And I'm going to use my tweezers again for this part. And then just lining it up right there on top. And so if you wanted to, you could make this one too larger. And you could make it for hanging. Or you could stick it on a card and mail it off. So this one's kind of versatile. There's lots of options of what you could do with this paper craft here. All right, so I'm going to pick this piece up. And once we do this part, then I'm going to flip everything over and work from the back up. So I've got everything, as you can see, just between my fingers, and then I just use my fingers as my guide to line everything in the right position. Okay, so I've got this here now. I'm going to flip everything up and then work my way to the top. Now, she's got two pieces of the same with her backing here. The reason why there's two is just to give some support, because otherwise then it would just be the one that's for her feet, and we don't want that. That won't be enough support unless you decided, like if you were using maybe like 110 weight cardstock, that would be a little bit heavier for you to use, and that would give some support. Or if you're using heavier cardstock even than 110, then you could just delete the one and then just use one layer as the backing. So as you can see, I've got these pieces just between my fingers, and that's how I'm lining everything up and getting it into the right position here. And just adding a little bit of glue to the back. This one's going to be really easy. I had thought that maybe I would speed up the video, but as you can see, I'm almost done. So this won't take long, and I won't speed up the video here. So I've just been adding glue to the back of each layer and then stacking it up one right on top of the other, holding it between my fingers to get everything into the right position. I'm going to add the glue now to the back of her hat and face. And again, holding everything between my fingers just to get it into the right position. That's how I like to line mine up. I find that it's easy, and I find that it works every single time. I don't usually have a problem getting my pieces to line up when I hold them between my fingers. It's when I don't that's when I run into some issues. And so this one, I'm just going to line it right up there at the top with the top part of the pie. And there you go. We're all done. That was so easy, super quick. And I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Show me what you're going to use her for. I'd love to see how you bring her to life, and the different colors of cardstock that you can use. So be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching. Happy crafting.